We joined SOS right at the beginning. We went to the Union Hall, and there was a lot of people that would come for a general meeting. We would fill the Union Hall. I was born and raised here in this town, and there was no hospital until the 50s, and I just think it's important that the people of Wallaceburg have a hospital. There was times that we didn't know if we were going to make it, but we did, and determination has to, you just have to keep pushing. I've been with my walker for years, and I walked from Public General Hospital across the bridge to the City Hall. And that was a great accomplishment for me and for Wallaceburg. I couldn't go to Toronto because it was too much, but, I was, I'm just proud that we still have a hospital.
It felt like David and Goliath story. Okay, we were the David and we were against the Goliath. And at the end, it was about survival of our healthcare. It was not about winning. When we were at our highest crisis, where it was really bad, I was going through cancer. I had just found out I had cancer. I remember coming from the doctor's office who told me I had cancer. And I was in my car on a cell phone call, on a hospital call meeting. Before I told my husband what had happened, like that's how deep this went personally.
A trend started to develop where all these provincial annual cuts were being taken out of Wallaceburg. Somebody called a meeting, I don't recall who. I went there, fairly new to the community, but I wanted to do something, if possible, to help save the hospital. It was built by people that lived in the community. People that live here painted it. They made the curtains for the rooms. It was just so much community input into that hospital. So when there was discussion about closing it, people got really fired up because they had invested their lives. On the island, it's a particular problem because people don't have access to transportation in a big way. And it was challenging enough for people to get to the hospital in Wallaceburg, and if that closed and they had to go all the way to Chatham, it would cost them 3, 4, 5 times as much to get there.
We just arrived in Wallaceburg and figured this should have a hospital because it is in an area that is a long ways from a lot of hospitals. We need to make sure we have care that just, beyond putting a tape on your thumb or something like that. And I'm glad we got it involved because the hospital is still here. It's been improved, and I understand they're looking at doing further improvements. That makes me feel great about that. I live only 4 doors from the hospital.
From reading all the scripts in the paper and realizing all the hard work that the community was doing to save our hospital, I wanted to get involved and do my part as a member of Wallaceburg to save our hospital.
A lot of industry in Wallaceburg. We've lost a lot of industry. And to get industry back, it's important to have a hospital in your community. It also attracts families to the community and people that we need in our community, like doctors and nurses and the like, other professional people. So, and that was our hospital. If it's worth keeping, it's worth fighting for.
So, I mean, there is a certain number of people in the group. Most people know who they are here in Wallaceburg, but SOS is really all those 1,400, 1,500 people that turned up to meetings and showed the strength that we needed to change what was happening in the healthcare system in Kent County. Phase 2, I think, should work ahead quite nicely. I think those SOS people, all the people, not just those that are on the SOS, but the citizens of Wallaceburg, Southern Lambton County, etc., are going to be happy to see things going the right way.
Hey, I'm Conrad Noel, Chair of SOS, Save Our Sydenham Hospital. Back in 2009, we get a call that there is a meeting to close our hospital. What a shocker. So my wife and I went to the meeting, and as soon as we came out, she said, I want to draft a petition to get people involved. In 3 weeks, we had over 11,000 signatures to save our hospital. So what a support from this great community. And then, of course, we have rallies, and the rallies were so important that people just showed up even an hour prior in order to get a seat. From there, we decided, let's go to Toronto and demonstrate. We filled 2 buses without any problems at all to get people to come to Toronto to save our hospital, and placards that said, save our hospital, save our hospital. And also, on a personal basis, living in a small community, without a hospital, there is no community. This town has lost so many businesses that losing a hospital would have been detrimental to the whole of Wallaceburg. So by saving it, we have also saved our town.
I am the last mayor of the town of Wallaceburg, and I was the original chair of the Save Our Sydenham committee back in 2009 when it was formed. Conrad, who so capably took over the leadership of the Save Our Sydenham committee, he said that a new, positive, and hopeful era for Sydenham District Hospital is before us. Whether you contributed to the original fundraising initiative led by Matt Militek many years ago, or supported the Save Our Sydenham committee from 2009 to the present, and helped pack the room for public meetings, drove in the car caravan to go visit the Chatham offices, jumped on a bus to the Queen's Park protest, took part in the memorable clicker event, or formed the human circle around our hospital. Whatever you did, and however you did it, you have played a significant role in the future of our hospital. There were tough times, difficult meetings, and a lot of sacrifices by a lot of people, but we always hung together because we truly believed in the future of our hospital.